Lisa, I have another question. Follow up. Can I speak with Lisa, please? I understand. Can you guys answer? Can I answer a question real fast? If it's not too much trouble. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. All right. So Lisa's going to refuse to speak to me now because for some strange reason. She just said I was acting like I'm a stranger. Now, can you tell me what she had said a few seconds ago about me being different? I'm a new one, new type. You wasn't listening. You didn't overhear that conversation. Oh, okay, I understand. So I'm just saying because I know you were sitting right here. And what was your name? I'm just asking because I just want to know what your name was. All right. So I hear you. Oh, okay. Thank you. All right. Thank you. Nah, Lisa just said I'm some type. I don't understand that.
You can have your meeting now, so go ahead and,
All right.
that way you do not have to come back in the morning and there will be no issues with you having to drive.
Now, what do you mean by that?
So you don't have to drive back in for another meeting. Or you said you didn't wanna drive back in?
Nah, I thought you said you wanted to have the meeting with Fred. So where's Fred at?
This is John Workman.
What's going on, John?
All right,
All right.
good.
So he's gonna meet with us with us.
Instead of the supervisor that was actually there?
That's correct. You said you wanted a meeting and you wanted it
No, that's what you told me, though.
according to the conversation.
No, honestly, you told me a few minutes ago, and you was like, well, we're going to have a meeting. I never discussed a meeting. You said you wanted to have a meeting. That's why I was supposed to drive for 7 a.m., right?
Right.
Well,
So
actually, 6:45. That's correct.
I wanted to have
Mm-hmm.
another person in the room. And so
Okay.
I've,
Oh, I thought it was the supervisor.
the supervisor,
It's
Please.
it's semantics, Stefan.
Oh.
Stefan, is it?
Oh, yes,
Stefan?
sir. It's Stefan. I think you had it right the second time.
Okay.
All right.
John Workman is my boss, so I
Mhm.
thought that he could sit in on it instead. So he's familiar with.
Okay. Well, I was just curious to know because this thing I have to ask. Why didn't you call in the guy that was on site, on scene?
Doesn't matter, Stefan.
I mean,
We've got his
Mhm.
statement.
oh, you have his statement of what happened.
Yeah.
All right. So I understand you have his statement.
You've been here, what, 2 weeks?
Yes, sir. Oh, let's say 3.
Okay,
It's been 3.
2 to 3 weeks.
Yes, sir.
You understand your probationary employee in the first 3 months?
I understand it full well.
Okay.
All right. So let me ask you this. Now, does everybody in the room understand that I got hurt on y'all job site?
Yeah, oh yeah.
All right.
And you were treated for that, correct?
Not exactly. I've been mishandled a lot in this process of being here.
We'll make a note of that.
All right. So
Mhm.
I've been mishandled. I've been treated as I've been doing something wrong for saying that I've been hurt. I've been talked to not only by you, kind of, and Fred. Well, Fred very much expressed himself, and Alex on the job site that I'm lazy, I don't do anything, and pretty much I'm good for nothing.
Okay.
And that's putting it in simple terms. All right. So Alex was also in the room that night, which it should be in your statement if you could read it off to me. Alex, who else? Another lead. I was told he was a supervisor at the time. First
Yeah.
time I encountered him. A lead and another, I guess he's a lead as well. I don't think he's a supervisor either. So I had 4 individuals in the room with me, just me by myself. And pretty much everybody came at me about me getting hurt. So I was attacked for being hurt on the job site, basically told that I should just man up and don't cry about it, in simple terms.
Okay, thank you for that.
And also, I've done my job efficiently. I've been doing my job the whole entire time. I've only been here 3 weeks. And I asked Fred the other night for the numbers that he said he was going to give me far as what I did on the production line. He wouldn't give it to me. He refused to after he guaranteed that he would bring it to me. So I'm just curious to know why he did that. And then he refused to talk to me anymore. Alex told me he wouldn't speak to me at all.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I don't have nothing to say to you. And I'm like, why is that? When anytime it comes around, it's either y'all talking to me or telling me something and I can't speak. So is that like putting me in my place or something? I'm just curious to know. Am I not allowed to speak to my supervisor? I'm asking. This is a
Yeah,
question.
of course you are.
So I'm allowed to speak to my supervisor. Aren't they supposed to be able to speak back to me?
Mm-hmm.
Of course. What else do you have to say for us?
All right. So no, these are the questions. I just want to make sure. So if I ask my supervisor or my boss or whoever it is a question, aren't they supposed to answer back or give me some feedback?
Generally, yes.
All right. So when they don't do that, why is that? Or
I have
tell me
no
they
idea.
refuse to speak to me, why is that?
Well, I have no idea. We'll have to
Well,
ask them that question.
Alex did this
Okay.
and Fred did this.
Uh-huh.
That's two individuals. They did this on the site
Okay.
after I made a complaint about me being hurt.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. What else?
All right. So I'm just waiting for y'all to give me the rundown because y'all call this meeting, so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. Well, go ahead.
I've had some conversations with Fred. I
Yes, ma'am.
talked to him this morning. Well, to back up a little bit, we got you the authorization for treatment for the ER visit, correct? And you
I
went
was
in to see.
well, technically, I had to pretty much ask Fred for that because he wasn't gonna let me do anything.
Fred didn't feel, being he's certified trained, that it was warranted a ER visit.
All right. So
So-
this is what Fred did in the office. He came in. He took me into the office. I showed him where it was. I showed him the wound. I showed him where it was hurting at. He started pressing extremely hard on my leg, going above and beyond to touch on my leg to try to make sure that he was applying enough pressure. After I told him several times to go ahead and stop, I said, "Look, it hurts. You need to stop." He kept going. He brought another individual into the office. They closed the door, like in there with me in there. I asked him to go ahead and open the door back because Fred kept getting very loud, kept getting angry. He kept moving around, like raising up. I'm sitting down. He kept raising up, coming toward me. I said, "Can you go ahead and open the door back because it's getting very, very uncomfortable for me."
Okay.
And then I asked, I said, "You know what? Can I just go ahead and go to the ER?" Because he refused to do anything for me.
He originally felt that it didn't feel like it was warranted. He ended up sending you because due to your request. So we sent you, and you were treated at the ER. He instructed you to come back to work that night.
Yeah, that's not what I got
And
from
that's
him.
what Alex also said, that he instructed you to come back, or it was Nick, and one of the two
Mm.
were in the room and said they
So was
instructed
it-
you to come back.
All right.
You didn't.
Mhm.
So then when you came back in the next night, they asked you to come back in and see our clinic, because our clinic is our doctor to follow up with
Mhm.
with any, if there was going to be any restrictions or anything.
See,
So
that's
that's
not
what
what
you
he
did
said.
this morning.
So this is what he told me verbatim. So he said, "Come back in and bring in the forms." That's what I did. Then he turned around and told me, "I told you to come back last night," which I never heard, never got that. Maybe that was in his tirade or whatever he was doing. He had a whole little emotional spill, but I know that I didn't catch that because he was going on to a very high level. And he kept going. And he kept going. And then he had Nick, I'm assuming that's his name is, or Alex, which one? I don't know which one it is.
I'm not sure which one was in the room at the time.
All right. Okay, so whose word is it? Like I told them, they're just playing the word game now. Now, the individual who was in the room decided to get angry and started getting abrupt, saying that he was getting hurt on the line and he doesn't have a problem with going back to work. Basically telling me, if I get hurt, you can get hurt and go back to work too. So
Who
I'm
told
like,
you that?
the individual in the room, you have to ask Fred. I don't know his name. You don't know his name either.
I'm not.
Is that who hit you with a chain or something?
No, that's not the individual that hit me with a chain. It's an employee.
Okay.
Now, the first one that spoke up was the guy that we were speaking about. That was the one, well, I ain't gonna say the first one, excuse me. The man that was speaking was the one that claims that he got his hand hurt on the job site, and he's saying basically that you can get hurt here and you should go back to work.
That's
Not a problem. He said he got his hand smashed and that he manned up and went back to work. And he was telling me that I should do the same.
Yeah, understood.
So I'm just saying, like, I don't know his comfort level with getting hurt on a job site, but that's not my comfort level. I'm not going to hurt myself here and then say, I'm going to go back to work because I'm getting hurt over here and just man up.
Yeah, Stefan, we hear you.
All right, I understand.
And sometimes it just doesn't work for the employee and the employer. It sounds
Well,
like this is one of those times.
I understand what you're saying. This is what I'm saying. So if it's working for me, when I'm working for y'all, I'm doing my job, everything's fine. But when I get hurt, you're telling me that I'm a problem now because I'm
No,
saying, hey,
no,
I'm getting hurt.
no, not at all.
Okay, so what are you saying?
or saying you're employee at will on a probationary status,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna terminate you this time.
Okay, so you're terminating me because I got
Not
hurt
because-
on the job site.
No,
Okay, so go ahead, give me your terminology on why you're
we don't
terminating.
need to do that.
Well, why not? Because I'm asking you a question now. So you're telling me,
You're being very proud, very argumentative.
how's that? You called a
can't
meeting.
See that?
No, I can't.
Okay.
Clearly,
I'm
I
sorry
can't.
you can't,
All right.
but it is the case. And so
All right.
we're
I understand, sir.
We think it's better for both of us.
Well, no, it sounds like it's better for you because I got hurt on your job site, and then she came in and started getting upset that I'm asking, like, my leg got hurt.
Well,
I'm hurt on your job site.
We will still keep an eye on that leg if